What is up, guys? Finally, I'm making a video. Now, the autofocus is definitely going to be terrible on this because my poor Canon 6D does not have the beautiful autofocusing like every other camera does. So, hopefully, this looks great. So today we are going to go through and take a look at my beautiful workflow with the lovely iPad Pro and basically everything that you need to do your entire workflow through this baby. There are more and more people switching over to this workflow, I feel like, and I feel like it's going to be a super popular workflow here in years to come. Let me just show you though what I do, what my process is, how I import my photos from my camera into my iPad, and everything about it. Pretty much all I need for my workflow is boom, iPad Pro, and boom, SD card reader. And that's pretty much all I need to get my photos off my camera into my iPad, which is amazing to think that like this is all you need essentially, and then obviously lenses and then your camera and that sort of stuff. But compared to other workflows, this is super lightweight, super on the go, and I love it. Now what I do after taking photos is I grab this bad boy and I plug it into my iPad Pro and I pop out my SD card nice and beautifully, and I just throw it into my iPad, and then I import into the Photos application on my iPad. It's great because once you throw in the USB-C to SD card slot reader into your iPad, you just throw in the SD card and it'll actually automatically pull up your Photos application to where you can start importing all of those images. And yes, they are all the raw images. It's amazing. But it will take your photos off of that SD card and put them directly into the Photos app, which is beautiful. Now, there are a couple things that you do need in order to back up these photos. The way that I do it is with cloud-based storage. I use the Creative Cloud subscription. I don't even know how much I'm paying for it, probably way too much to be honest. Come on, Adobe. We need some help out there. Not all of us can just afford all this stuff, okay? I saw you rumoring about upping your prices and you should definitely not do that. Now, I pay for a 1 terabyte subscription through Adobe Creative Cloud. And now it's kind of funny because I actually don't even use any of the Adobe programs except for Lightroom. I exclusively use Adobe Lightroom simply for backing up, and that is it. So what I do is I take my photos from the Photos app and I import them into a new folder on Lightroom. And now what that does is it's going to save them all on the Creative Cloud for us, to where we can go in and we can actually delete them off of our iPad if we want to. Now to double check and make sure your photos are safe, I also have a desktop computer that I'm able to access Lightroom on. Now what I do there is I can have all of the photos that are saved to the Creative Cloud, I can copy them to an external hard drive, and that's exactly what I do. And yes, they are all the RAWs. Did I tell you it is all of the RAWs in the folders right there for you? Does it all. You just have to import it into Lightroom from your iPad. That's it. It's that easy. Now, to triple make sure your photos are being saved, I then have another external hard drive where I will then copy and paste those to another external hard drive, just because if you delete them off of Lightroom, if you delete them off of the Creative Cloud, it will delete off of your backup on your external hard drive. So before you delete anything off of Lightroom, make sure you copy and paste to another online storage system or another external hard drive to make sure your photos are safe. Now with my workflow, I use Affinity Photo, which is great. It's a great alternative to Photoshop. It is a lot cheaper than paying the Adobe subscription, which I mean, I already do anyways, but it's a great option. I import all of my footage directly into Affinity Photo. I actually don't edit anything in Lightroom, which I probably should for batch editing. With my workflow and my style, I edit every photo individually on its own. Now I use Affinity Photo for iPad, obviously. I believe it's 15 to 20 bucks on the App Store. On desktop, it is $50 for Affinity Photo, but it is a one-time purchase, which is incredible. Affinity Photo is basically Photoshop, is what it is. It is just Photoshop. It is the Photoshop app for iPad until Photoshop comes out later this year, which I am excited for to see how it does. I don't know if I'm gonna make the switch just because I do pay for it currently, even though I don't use it. So I am interested to see how that's going to work. But right now I love Affinity Photo and everything that it provides for me on the iPad Pro. I'm able to do everything on my iPad. And it blows people's minds. People are always like, how do you do everything on an iPad? It shocks people for whatever reason. I don't know why, but it happens. Now, if you're wanting to learn more about Affinity Photo and what they do, I do have some tutorials, so please take a look at those where you can learn anything from color grading to retouching to just even the basics and everything like that. But once you get the photo looking beautiful as ever in Affinity Photo, it's super simple to export. I just export full quality JPEG, and I honestly will airdrop. Thank goodness for airdrop. Thank you, Apple, we love you. I just airdrop straight to my phone to where then I can upload straight to Twitter, straight to Instagram, anything like that. Amazing quality, and it looks magnificent. Now, there are a couple things that the iPad workflow misses out on. I would say for batch editing, it is probably not the greatest. The SD card is fast as far as importing and everything like that, but it is not gonna be as fast as a computer. So if you're doing like wedding photos or anything like that, where you're sending your clients a ton of photos, it is gonna be a lot easier to do on a laptop, simply because you aren't able to batch, copy, and paste edits in Lightroom to all of your photos yet on the mobile application of Lightroom. I'm sure it will come out soon. It's probably already out and I just don't even know, but it's difficult to do batch editing. Now for me, for what I do, my portrait work, like I said, I edit every photo individual so it's unique and on its own. This works beautifully. Even as a backup option to your current setup, this could be amazing. What I love about the workflow though is that I can do it on the go. When I'm out shooting with people, I can just take out my SD card, import it right to my iPad, and I can show people the photos, and they can go through and they can favorite them in the Photos app. And then from there, I do the same thing that I always do. Upload them to Lightroom, make sure they're all saved for them and everything like that. And then I have all my favorites to where I can go in and then edit those photos for my clients. It's super easy. I can't tell you how many times I have done that for clients and it just wows them that they're able to see it right there on a nice screen. What else is phenomenal about this workflow, just working with iPad in general, is that you can edit pretty much everywhere. I can't tell you how many times I have edited photos while waiting for like fast food or at a restaurant or really anywhere. I've literally edited a photo while I was in the McDonald's drive-thru. I don't know why, it was just taking forever and I got bored and I pulled out my iPad out of my backpack and I got to editing and I was able to finish that photo. Something must have been wrong with the ice cream machine because it took forever. And so my workflow is very simple. It goes from taking the photos out on the field, taking that SD card, throwing it into the SD card reader right into the iPad where we import them directly into the Photos app. And then from there, upload them into Lightroom, let those go up to the Creative Cloud. That way we for sure have those saved and safe and stored. And then from there, we get to have some fun editing in Affinity Photo, get our beautiful finished product, export, airdrop straight to our phone so where then we can present it to social media or friends, family, whatever. But that is why the iPad workflow is so great. It is on the go. You're able to show clients right away what this looks like, and it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful workflow. You get to use the wonderful Apple Pencil, and it's so fluid, and I really enjoy it. I do see more people eventually going to this workflow. I think it's amazing. I think tablets are going to be super popular here soon and take over computers and laptops. I really do. I'm super excited for iOS 13 coming out with the iPad, hopefully a better file management system. Please, please give me a better file management system. I will cry and I will pray to the Apple gods every day if you do that for me, Apple. Just please, please. But yes, absolutely, very biased. This is my baby. It's the best. I love my workflow and it's a lot of fun. And yes, I do think it sets me apart from other people. It's unique, it's different. It's something that not everybody does. And it's cool, it's fun. I think I look pretty cool doing this, don't you think? Sitting by myself, editing photos by myself. Freaking cool. Cool. Cool on my forehead. Put it on there. But thank you so much for going through this with me. I hope this encourages some people to switch over or at least give it a shot. I think it's amazing, and I do see more people going towards this workflow. So join the team, join the squad, join the iPad editing squad. I will teach all of you. I will do it.
We can create an empire.
Just kidding. Just kidding. You know, do what you like. Do what you like. This is what I enjoy. This is how I do it. And it works for me. And I love it. But if you haven't yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hit the like if you like this video. And yeah, thanks for supporting me and everything that I do. You guys are amazing. Deuces. Peace. We out. We're done doing this. This entire video is definitely out of focus. I don't know. It's probably not even recording. How sad would that be? I probably just wasted a bunch of time for no reason. It's great because once you throw in the